Welcome back to the channel, Jaden Chase. Now if you're new, remember to like, to share, and also to subscribe. Now it seems as if the lawsuit against Miss Holness and also the recent controversy surrounding the Prime Minister himself has revealed much more than the Holnesses had bargained for. Now, aside from the lawsuit, which they are saying millions in restitution must be repaid, it is said that other constructions are underway that were constructions that would not be lawful, other than the fact that they are being constructed allegedly by the Prime Minister himself. Now, I'm going to hear what they will continue the reasoning. Look and listen.
Story come to bump
Miss
Andrew
Osborne.
Holness'
Yes,
neighbors
sir.
say him a
Governance.
turned Beverly Hills in a tenement yard.
Poor. Look
What
at
a banger
We're
on.
going to give somebody who sleep in Parliament such a raise.
25 million.
25 million raise. We're going to give somebody who take up a chair and lick down a woman. Big time raise. We're going to give greedy people who are
Disrespectful people.
They're really part-timers. Think of the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister have about 6 jobs. Prime Minister, Member of Parliament, plus he's in charge of 3 different ministries. Plus, I live in Beverly Hills, which is where he lives, and there is a huge development that is going on there that is against it goes against our covenant. Our covenant.
So is that the Prime Minister's development?
That's what we're told, and we're fighting against it because.
So he has another development happening in Beverly Hills at this time. It is alleged.
It is alleged. It's alleged. And I live in Beverly Hills, and many people in the community are
upset about it
because it is a multi-family development, and our covenant says the community is a single family community.
So what him turning into a tenement yard up there?
I'm not calling it a tenement yard, but it violates our covenant.
Whoa.
So for him,
I think I need to go dig up that. We need to go dig up that building.
So for him,
is how much?
I don't know how many units, but it is.
Whoa.
Once you come into Beverly Hills, everybody know about it because people been.
So it's a big talk up Beverly Hills.
Yes.
So I'm building up there, plus him a Prime Minister, plus him a Minister of Defense, plus him a Minister Economic Growth, plus him a Minister Works. Come here, Osborne, a serious business.
So he's a part-timer.
He's a part-timer.
Exactly. So we're to pay all this big money for part-time work? No, it's not right.
Roll it back, we save lunchtime for test. Join us tomorrow opposite the Ministry of Finance.
Roll it back, we say! Roll it back! 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 Nigel, roll it back!
Andrew Holness listened to this argument.
Senator Crawford.
Yes, sir.
Can you give your response to that?
Well, I've always said that the Prime Minister is not the smartest cookie that I have met. But if you look at the arguments, it carries 2 outcomes. If he suggests that an increase in salary with the same people will lead to increased performance, then he's suggesting that they were sabotaging the country because of a lack of pay. They were punishing the country because they weren't satisfied with their remuneration. So therefore, he's suggesting that the current crop of leaders within the country were acting under sabotage, and whenever they are satisfied with their salary, that sabotage will be removed. That's the first thing you get from that. The second thing you get from that is, would it not therefore also carry that you cannot get a good education system without properly paid teachers, if you can't get a good leadership without properly paid politicians? And would it also carry that you can't get good policing without properly paid policemen and security forces? And you can't go get good hospital and health without properly paid nurses and teachers. Nurses and doctors. So on the one hand, if you should carry his argument to all the other sectors of government, it should have cause for higher pays for those sectors of government. And if you're to carry his argument only for the political class, since there is no wholesale change of his cabinet and no wholesale change of his members of parliament, then it suggests that they must have been sabotaging us for the $9 million. He himself must have been purposely underperforming because he was only getting 9 and not 28 million.
So, Senator,
Mhm.
how do the people would argue is that because you're not in the parliament with them, why you're doing this and trying to get political expedience from it?
Well, I've been consistent over the years. So, therefore, if I've been consistent in saying that there should be equity and fairness, that's all I'm saying. So, when you have the highest paid prime minister and the highest paid politicians in the Caribbean, then for equity to exist, you have to have the highest paid teachers in the Caribbean. I'm not saying you should have equally paid teachers. No teacher should get the same money as a prime minister. But if you have the highest paid by any measure of objectivity, if your group of politicians who decide who gets paid what is the highest paid in the Caribbean, then your teachers, your doctors, your nurses, your policemen should be the highest paid in the Caribbean. That is not the case. And that cannot be sensible when there's no competition. There's no global competition for Jamaica's prime ministers.
Now, teachers are also pointing out that if parliamentarians can get a 300% increase, that means citizens should look out for disruptions in classes at schools because teachers will be taking action. They are stating that the increase that they were given is clearly an insult when them so much parliamentarians are being given as their increase. Recently, we see members of a JCF appointed as a service vehicle either on its way to solve a crime or maintain a presence in a community where their presence is needed, was out of gas and far from a service station. And they must say, yes, see that? This is what the state is paying for. They're underpaying the security forces and not even equipped. Not even equipment the security forces now have. We are talking about necessary equipment, vehicles to move around, and even gas in the tank of those vehicles. North America pointed out about response time. We have some older people that talk about the response time. Some people agree with North America, some people say the same thing in North America. That's not the issue. The issue is we are talking about the time when it take for you call 911, for the time when 911 take for reach to you. That's how we are talking about. And once issues like this, the man them not have no gas. 101 underpaid line enforcement for go in them pocket and put gas in a service vehicle. I don't believe in that. I don't believe no officer on duty should have to go in him pocket. If you take out him wages, if you put gas in a service vehicle. I don't believe that. That come like you them say JUTC driver if you put gas in a bus. It don't make no sense. The people are saying that the wages must be rolled back. Because if they were to pick a specific set of civil servants to give the 300% increase to, the people are saying blatantly it would not be politicians. The people must say anybody except politicians. That is basically what the people are saying. They must say when you can't get teachers, people in the healthcare sector, you can't get the security forces that increase there. No. That means that nobody over there not deserve it. The man them say have minister we are asleep in a parliament. And to be fair, even the first minister for drop asleep in a parliament. We see the minister, one of the former minister of education. Yeah, what I thought was she drop asleep live too. The camera was put on the minister of security while he was already dozing. But we actually see the minister of education was for a different party at that time. Fall asleep. There are many sleeping ministers. Sometimes there are discussions on Duke Street. Very boring. But essentially, this is the service you'll be paying 29 million for. Does this look like a $29 million service per person? If you must an increase or any bonus or any extra benefits given to a politician should be on a performance basis. And that would mean at the moment only Edmund Bartlett would qualify for any type of raise or increase. Because only the Ministry of Tourism can actually say, well, our sector is doing good. You name another minister who can, with a portfolio who can say, boy, everything is going good in this portfolio. Only tourism. And the only thing Jamaica can talk about. Talk about the amount of visitors. The amount of visitors are the only thing we can point to. Say, yes, the place is well visited. Are the resources being managed? That's another story. Nobody no want to talk about that. But when we come to visitors, yes, Jamaica already tell you that it's one of the countries that is most visited in the Caribbean, and that is true. But the resources and the whole heap of travel advisories will still be advised. The country, if you address these situations as well, talk to me in the comment section. If you're new to the channel, so pass through, subscribe icon, then the bell icon, and of course put it on all. And this is how you know you'll be notified of all fresh content as soon as fresh content is uploaded and made available for you. Now, until the reason again, my sentiments, of course, for you and yours, I want to live, love, and prosper. I want to stay tuned until the reason again, of course, want to live, love, and prosper.